Begin in Abuja, where the Supreme Court has reserved judgment in the appeal filed by the People's Democratic Party, challenging the judgment of the Court of Appeal, which affirmed the victory of Bola Tinubu at the presidential election. The 7-justice panel is led by Justice Inyang Okoro, who had earlier told parties that judgment in the appeal will be reserved. While the Allied People's Movement also withdrew its appeal challenging the election of Bola Tinubu, the Supreme Court also reserved judgment in the appeal filed by the Labour Party and its candidate, Peter Obi. In attendance during Monday's proceedings were the All Progressives Congress National Chairman, Abdullahi Ganduje, as well as Chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, the National Security Advisor, Nuru Ribadu, and other party faithful were also in attendance. Atiku Abubakar is seeking to bring in fresh evidence to prove his disqualification appeal against President Bola Tinubu. Let's get more on the development at the Supreme Court, where the appeals brought by the PDP's presidential candidate were heard today, earlier in the day. Celestina Area Judiciary Correspondent is standing by now. Hello there, Celestina. So what can you tell us more, especially regarding the APM, who we understand just withdrew its appeal challenging the election of Bola Tinubu? We'll try to reconnect with our correspondent, Celestina Area, who has been monitoring the development in Abuja, specifically at the Supreme Court, and get more updates as it unfolds. In the meantime, and still talking judiciary matters, the Court of Appeal in Abuja has nullified the election of the Senate Minority Leader, Simon Wadquan, in the February the 25th Senatorial election in Plateau North Senatorial District. The court gave the verdict while ruling on the appeal filed by Chris Giwa of the All Progressives Congress, as well as Gang Z of the Labour Party. Both men had appealed against the judgment of the Election Petitions Tribunal in Jos, which affirmed Mr. Wadquan of the People's Democratic Party as the winner of the senatorial poll, saying he wasn't qualified to stand for the election. The 3-justice panel ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission to conduct a fresh election in the senatorial district within 90 days. Away from the courts now, commuters along the 3rd Mainland Bridge in Lagos can now heave a temporary sigh of relief as the Federal Ministry of Works concludes partial repairs on the Adeniji-Adele section of the bridge. The Federal Controller of Works in Lagos, Olukorede Kesha, says the palliative work on some critical sections of the bridge inbound Lagos Island was needed to ensure the road is free from potholes, and she expressed satisfaction with repairs done on the 3rd Mainland Bridge, assuring motorists of a smooth ride until the commencement of a comprehensive rehabilitation in January 2024.
The contractor didn't have most of the materials on ground, so they needed to import them, which they have done now. So pending when we are waiting that, we decided to say, let's do this, because we cannot leave this road like this in the next 3 months. Even by January, it will still be good. It is just that we have a contract award to give the entire bridge a new lease of life. It's a comprehensive one, whereby all this asphalt you're seeing on the road will be milled off. The bridge deck will be exposed, will be revealed, then brand new asphalt from kilometer 0 to 11.8, including the ramps, you understand, will be attended to by new asphalt. Most of the expansion joints will be repaired. You know, now if you drive on 3rd Mainland Bridge, you kind of witness a kind of depression in some points, especially around the joints. But by the time we do that next year, we don't envisage to see any of such.
Still in Lagos, residents of Trinity Villa Estate in Okeafa, Solo area of the state, are sending an urgent appeal to the Commissioners of Environment and Urban and Physical Planning, and they're asking for the relocation of an industrial warehouse and for articulated trucks to stop coming into their community. Atiku spoke with some residents at the forefront of this campaign and now reports.
This is the story of a community in distress. A once peaceful community now thrown into fear and uncertainty. For weeks, residents have protested what they call an invasion of articulated vehicles in their estate, sending letters of appeal to the Ministry of Environment and calling out all the relevant agencies of government to relocate the industrial warehouse owned by the Advanced International Merchants Limited, protect the environment from accidental chemical discharge and stop the havoc wreaked on the self-developed community.
There's been a trauma since the beginning of this year. There's a lot of heavy trucks, coming to this community, which is very hazardous and dangerous to the community. You can see all the infrastructure here has been damaged. Several occasions, like 3 different times. Trailer has lost brake here. You can see, that's my house over there. That's my house over there. I have to put a barricade on the road so that it will make it uncomfortable for the trailer to maneuver. Anytime we speak, there's a problem.
The warehouse was there when this place was not developed. Now it has fully developed into full residential environment. So we no longer want this kind of industrial operation in this estate. And I believe that government is going to take a step up because we have had enough. We have had enough of their excesses. They don't even care about our lives. When they're even trying to put them into check, they threaten our lives.
Located at number 24 Oluwadebayo Street of Alhaji Ganu Street, Ukiafa in Ejigbo LCDA, the warehouse is still in operation, even though members of the community have severally complained about the hardship they face. Sometimes the engagements turn into unpleasant banters with drivers of articulated vehicles and occupants of the warehouse.
As we are not against anybody's business or progress, but what concerns us is the issue of security. Because all this while we have been seeing people of different faces. The roads are being damaged. Even all the things we do are all, if you look at you see how the potholes everywhere. It's not that they are assisting or to what we call social corporate responsibility, which companies of such supposed to do, but they are not.
Commuting in this area is difficult and unpredictable. The trucks could break down at any time, forcing residents to sometimes park their vehicles on adjoining streets. Meters away from the warehouse is a primary and secondary school. Sometimes students and teachers are forced to stay indoors when the heavy-duty trucks take over the narrow street.
The movement of the vehicles endangers the safety of our students. Apart from that, the noise pollution. Now, in a learning process environment, then there should be quietness so that teachers can communicate, students will hear. Yeah. But where the noise of these vehicles are high, it constitutes noise pollution and it impairs teaching learning process. So it's a deep problem to us.
Apart from the menace posed by the indiscriminate parking of trucks in the estate, the residents are also complaining about a compromised security situation. For the representative of the warehouse, whatever demands coming from the community can't be addressed immediately. They're asking the community for more time to regulate activities of the trucks.
So are you ready to leave?
If that would be their happiness, it's something we'll discuss with the landlord. Then we know what to do about that.
This guy has been to the Minister of Environment himself.
Okay.
He's been told that they don't have any other 2 ways about it. He just has to leave. So the enforcement are coming. We're expecting them. So the story of saying he wants to get back to his landlord, even the landlord has served them paper according to yesterday.
Have you been served?
I'll check my email.
Residents are also demanding that the warehouse in question take on the repair of damaged road and power infrastructure as a compensation for the hardship residents faced during its operation.
Talking security now, 3 kidnapped victims have been freed and 1 bandit killed in a joint operation of the military, police, the DSS, as well as civil defense and the vigilantes in the Kanzama forest of the Burza local government area of Kebbi State. The terrorists had earlier attacked the community, killing 3 persons and abducting an unspecified number of persons. A statement signed by the special advisor to Kebbi State's governor on media and publicity, Yahya Sariki, disclosed that several others escaped with bullet wounds following an attack launched by the troops against the bandits, and he stated that the governor had earlier visited communities affected by banditry and met with security heads in the state, directing that a joint operation be set up to go after the bandits and provide adequate security in the affected villages. Enugu State now, where the police command has apprehended hoodlums suspected to be members of the Independent People of Biafra as well as the ESN. The men were said to be apprehended at Igbele village in Igboeze North local government area. Now, this was disclosed in a statement by the police public relations officer, that's DSP Daniel Ondukwe. The State Commissioner of Police, Kanayo Zwebo, assured of the command's commitment to sustaining the onslaught against unrepentant criminals. He also tasked residents of Enugu State to continue to support the police. Items recovered from the suspect include 1 pump-action gun loaded with 4 live cartridges, 3 expended cartridges. Objects suspected to be amulets were also found, said to have been found on the suspects.